Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Last week I put up a poll asking which what if you guys would like to see this week. Well, Goten won, so here we are. For those of you who are new here, please consider subscribing if you enjoy this video. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. So this one will be what if Goten was born earlier. But how much earlier? Well, I don't want to be too boring and make it only a little bit sooner, and I don't want to make them the same age, so let's say that Goten was conceived just before the reunion at Kame House. This would mean that he's born a few months before the Saiyans arrive on Earth. Let's say February? That would make him just under 5 years younger than Gohan. In this version, Goten would not be achieving Super Saiyan at a young age. This is because Goku wasn't a Super Saiyan when Goten was conceived this time around, which is widely accepted to be the reason it's so easy for him and Trunks in the original. I'm going to keep Goten's personality very similar to his original counterpart. He's polite and respectful like Gohan, but he's also got Goku's hyper streak. He likes to fight, and as all children with Saiyan blood, he develops very fast. In terms of story, nothing really changes until after the events on planet Namek. In August, age 764, Goku arrives home from Yardrat. Well, as in the original, Trunks has defeated Frieza and his father, and asks for a private conversation with Goku. Goten would be here. Due to his personality, Goten would 100% follow Gohan to Frieza's landing site, even if his mother said otherwise, and therefore he'd get to see Frieza and meet future Trunks. Goten thinks that Trunks is so cool, and having never seen a Super Saiyan before, he's in absolute awe of the young man. During the 3-hour wait for Goku's arrival, Goten and Gohan end up sparring to pass the time. Goten, while he isn't nearly as powerful as Gohan, has been taught well by Gohan over the last few months. I'd make Goten as strong as Gohan was during the Saiyan arc at this point due to his constant training. I mean, he is only 2.5. As in the original, he's having issues with flying, and this time it isn't because Gohan isn't training with him, just because Goten is so young and his mother gets in the way of his training a lot. Also, flying is so hard. When Goku gets back from his conversation with Trunks, Goten rushes over to hug his father, headbutting him in the stomach by mistake. Goku is impressed at Goten's power at such a young age, and after he and Piccolo explain the situation to everyone, they decide to all train together over the next 3 years, in preparation for the cyborgs. By the end of the time skip, Goten is 5 years old and ready to fight with his family. His mother isn't happy about it, but Goten isn't taking no for an answer. They split up to find the cyborgs and Yajirobe is shot down. And despite the fact there's one more person searching, Yamcha still pulls the short straw. Sorry, Yamcha. Later, when Goku is being beaten, Goten snaps and charges number 19, only for Piccolo to save him from number 20's eye-beams. Goten feels helpless, useless, if only he'd been able to learn Super Saiyan, like his father and the man from the future. His rage wasn't enough. Goten screams out for his father when suddenly number 19 is sent flying by a cocky-looking Vegeta. Vegeta transforms into a Super Saiyan and destroys number 19, while number 20 makes a run for it. Later, after they're shot out of the air by number 20, Gohan and Goten both get the task of taking Bulma and Yajirobe home. Now realizing who the man from the future was, Goten is looking at baby Trunks much differently. He hopes to get a chance to talk with future Trunks again before all this is over. Once they've reached Capsule Corp, Gohan and Goten speed home to check on Goku. From there, they're picked up and taken to Kame House. The brothers both get to go and check out the old time machine this time, with Goten excitedly asking future Trunks about himself from the future. Trunks tells the kids that they were fine warriors, Super Saiyan brothers fighting together to defend mankind. They even trained him, but one day during the fighting, Gohan was hurt badly saving an overconfident Trunks from the cyborgs. While Gohan and Trunks were out of commission, Goten tried to hold them off alone and he trails off. Goten is shocked at this news, but doesn't take it to heart. In fact, it emboldens him in a way. He wants to achieve Super Saiyan himself and make sure that baby Trunks never has to go through the pain his future self has. Gohan, sensing that Trunks doesn't want to talk about it anymore, asks if they have a weakness. Trunks talks about Dr. Gero potentially having a failsafe, an off switch, before they arrive at the old time machine. After this, things progress pretty normally, with Goku taking both of his children to the lookout with him. From this point onwards, everything happens the same way until Goku and Gohan exit the time chamber. In this time, Goten wanted to go and help Trunks, but Piccolo managed to keep him at bay on the lookout. When they emerge from the chamber, Goten is amazed to see Gohan taller and in Super Saiyan. He leaps up and down in excitement and asks enthusiastically if it's his turn in the room. Goku says that resting for the next few days is more important than training, leaving Goten incredibly disappointed. Piccolo then states that he's going to take a turn in the room next, so Goten can go in with him. Before they go into the room, Gohan talks Piccolo through the method they used to turn him Super Saiyan and the extra steps they took to achieve the power they currently have. He doesn't want his brother to fall behind. When Piccolo and Goten enter the room, the training starts immediately. Piccolo uses similar, strict methods of training with Goten, much like he did with Gohan. But unlike Gohan at the beginning, Goten is older and enthusiastic about his learning. Goten, who has a much keener eye for fighting than his brother and a similar potential, achieves Super Saiyan within the first 4 months, learning to control it within the next 2. Next, the two set their sights on getting Goten to grade 4. Piccolo uses his methods to train Goten to stay in Super Saiyan at all times, aside from when they're sleeping, just like Gohan told him. Eventually, his body gets used to the transformation. Piccolo and Goten emerge from the chamber, and now 6-year-old Goten having a huge smile on his face. Vegeta and Trunks are both in shock at Goten's huge power, while Goku is equally impressed that both of his sons have caught up to him so fast. Over the next few days, Goten finally pesters the truth out of Trunks. Goten died fighting alone, and later a one-armed Gohan died too, finally triggering Trunks' Super Saiyan transformation. Goten vows that he won't let that happen again, and that all 3 of them are stronger now. They can do anything as a team. Trunks smiles and nods in agreement. Now, because Goten's rage boosts are less frequent than Gohan's, Goku has never really noticed them. But Piccolo noticed and took full advantage in the time chamber. So later, when Goku sends Gohan into Battle Cell, Piccolo understands this a little better, but insists that Goten has a better shot, being the one who actually enjoys fighting. This lasts at least until Gohan powers up. This shows that he's still a little further ahead than his little brother. Cell releases his Cell Juniors, 8 this time, who go ahead and attack the warriors. Goten is holding his own better than the tired Goku, impressing Goku even more. Gohan is upset by this, but after some words from 16 and his subsequent death, Gohan explodes. From this point, everything progresses the same way until Cell explodes and returns to life, killing Trunks. Both Vegeta and Goten stand there in shock, Goten feeling the rage creeping up inside him. Vegeta screams and launches himself at Cell, but is easily battered aside. Gohan jumps to protect Vegeta from Cell's blast and loses the use of his arm as a result. Upon seeing this, Goten can't help but think of Trunks' story. Gohan lost his arm protecting someone then, and it had cost them everything. He sees flashes of a future that Trunks described, the world crashing down around them as his brother and Trunks are both lying dead on the floor. He can't let that happen. He won't. Goten lets out a gigantic scream of anguish, taking everyone by surprise. The power bursts out of him as the ground cracks at his feet and sparks fly about his small body. He's reached the same level as his brother, and he acts quickly. While Cell charges up his Kamehameha, Goten lands next to Gohan, fire in his eyes. He shouts at Gohan that he's with him, and together they can do anything. Gohan is shocked but quickly regains his footing. Both of them charge up Kamehamehas and fire them into Cell's blast. Goten is giving every ounce of power that he has, but Gohan is still finding doubt in himself, when Goku starts to talk to them both via Kaio's telepathy. He says that they're both his sons, and he's amazed at the level of power they're showing right now. Gohan has come such a long way, and Goten is only getting stronger and stronger. They've both discovered a power beyond even him, and he's nothing but proud, but they still have further to go. He says that Gohan is holding back, and he needs to let his power out in order to defeat Cell. It's at that moment Vegeta blasts Cell in the back, throwing off his concentration. The dust clears and Cell is gone. And that's where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Where will the Boo arc take us? Well, make sure you subscribe to find out in the next part, and as always, I will see you in the next one.